you start. So at the end of the evening every day, successful salespeople take time to sit down, review their results for the day, and plan their route and their schedule for the following day based upon their accounts, the patterns, the geography of where certain clients are located. And if you can get into this one discipline, this simple act of spending 10 minutes before you leave planning for the day, you will reap incredible rewards in your selling activity. There are some other benefits. Of course, you don't get insomnia. A lot of salespeople complain to me that they lay awake at night with all of the to-dos and customer issues and needs and things just floating around in their heads, and they just can't shut off that mental chatterbox. So you will sleep more soundly. You will enjoy your family time more because you will actually be present and focused with your family rather than thinking about and mulling about all of the day's activities. So you need to download all of that mind clutter before you leave your office so that you can be present. And when you wake with a purpose. You know exactly what the day is going to look like. You can be more proactive rather than reactive. Proactive people are ones that have already determined what they want their schedule to look like. You're never exactly correct, but I'm going to give you a step-by-step formula a little later on in this program to follow when scheduling your day. If you don't do this, you will be known as reactive. Reactive people tend to do what comes up in the order in which it appears, regardless of its value or relative importance to their selling activity. In accounting, they call this FIFO, first in, first out, first in, first out. So if a customer calls and they're on one end of the city and then you get another call from a customer on a completely opposite end of the city, if you haven't been training your customers to expect you on certain days or regular intervals, you're going to respond to a lot of these crisis type of calls that usually, of course, turn out not to be crisis at all. So if you don't determine what you need to accomplish and in what order in any certain day, guess who else is going to figure that out for you? Everybody else. So make sure that you take the 10 minutes to sit down and plan, and I guarantee that for every minute you spend in planning, you will gain about 10 in execution of that plan the next day. So 10 minutes times 10. Tomorrow you'll save 100 minutes minus the 10 minutes it actually took you to plan, because that is real time. But you will realize a net gain of about 90 minutes a day in your time. And for most salespeople, this is indeed precious time. Now, when the day arrives and you have a plan, let's say that you have 10 things, easy day, only 10 things that you need to do, and you're looking at how should I divvy up my time in between all of these different activities that I need to support. You want to think about strategy 3, which is how can I spend a majority of my time on the actual selling activity? If I could focus on generating leads, doing business development, calls, follow-up, a majority of my time, that is going to reap the biggest benefits to you as a salesperson. Now, the best way to think of this is Pareto's law. Pareto was an Italian economist. Vilfredo Pareto was his name, who came up with the original research now often referred to as the 80-20 rule. He said that for 20% of the Italians, they actually had 80% of that country's wealth. He called those the critical few. And he said that the other 80% of the Italians only had 20% of that country's wealth, and he called those the trivial many. And